At Amanuense Community Health Services, we realize the importance of making sure that every child has the human and tangible resources so they can achieve their personal optimal development goals before they enter school. This is in recognition that we have few children over many miles, which is why we bring the human resources and tangible resources as close as possible to you.
Testing can be expensive, getting services can be expensive. If we can eliminate those barriers by having them community-based, people are already coming to the library. They don't need to work out complex transportation schedules. We're just open, there, and available. So if we can make the personnel available and we can make the supplemental resources available for free in a place where people are already used to getting things for free, it becomes a natural exchange. It doesn't feel scary. It doesn't feel like, oh, I have to go to a clinical setting or to a school to do this. It's right there in your community.
The ASQ takes a look at 5 different developmental areas: communication, fine motor, gross motor, problem solving, and social emotional. Caregivers of children birth through 5.5 years answer 6 questions in each of the 5 areas to get a baseline look of their child's development. Families can see what is typically happening in each skill area for children of that age, what their child's strengths are, and any areas that might benefit from further practice. They can also see if there are any areas that they want to have evaluated more thoroughly to identify whether their child might benefit from more targeted support from a professional. If those evaluations find that a child has a 33% delay in any area, they are eligible for free services to help them strengthen those skills. As a parent, it was helpful for me to see when my children were on track and where I could help my children build and strengthen their skills.
So we work with families and children to help them recognize where their children are developmentally so they can scaffold that, so they can build on where their skills are, they can help them progress, they can see where they would best benefit from potentially intervention services, or if there's a child that is developing typically or even a little advanced for their age, how we can best help them continue to progress and grow.
There are definitely questions that I didn't think of in regards to his development, and it helped me be more aware of, oh, at this point, he's doing this developmentally, or maybe he's not doing it yet, but should within this time period, I'm going to keep my eye out to make sure that he starts to do that, see if maybe I can do some fun play with him that'll encourage that.
We have a list of resources and organizations within the couple communities that we work with, and dependent on what area that the child is struggling in, we can go through that list and find the best match for them.
Gross motor movement is how we move our bodies using the large muscles in our arms, legs, and torso, like walking, running, skipping, jumping, catching. These are all gross motor skills. Even alternating feet while walking up steps, sitting upright without support, and feeding ourselves are gross motor skills. These skills involve coordination, balance, strength, endurance, and body awareness, which all play a role in our daily lives and the ease with which we can navigate and engage with our world. Often gross motor skills develop through daily life experiences, and families can help their child build these skills by offering a variety of activities. And sometimes more specialized support and targeted attention is needed. When additional support is needed, a physical therapist works with individuals to build their gross motor skills. If a family identifies a gross motor delay, their child can be referred for further evaluation through early supports and services up through age 3, or the local school district over age 3. If they qualify for services, these will be provided for free.
We love the library. I often recommend the library play groups in my work in early intervention, and I recommend the library play groups in my other work. It doesn't matter
what realm I'm coming from, that's a first line of community engagement for a lot of folks. It can feel pretty isolating, especially when your kiddo has some challenges. And it's really nice that you can go to a place like the community library and find community.
Connecting them with the experts who have the skills to work with their children to help them progress and grow.
Checking for challenges in your child is very difficult because sometimes you don't want to know what the evaluator is going to say. It is, however, important because if you feel like there's a delay, it'll only compound when you don't get them checked. And that will show up in school.
Our mission at the Whitefield Public Library is to connect people with the resources they need to live their best lives. And we believe that that means eliminating as many barriers as possible to connecting people to those resources.
We believe that building strong partnerships with families is important to every child's growth and success.